My Ezra got one shot, and you're to blame. Darling, you give swgoh a bad name. Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Xaereth Prevails. Today we're going to talk about counters you need for this current 3v3 season. Just the initial counters that you need. Of course, we'll look at the bigger numbers, the bigger picture in about a week once we have more data. But for now, these are ones that hopefully are going to translate well for a lot of you guys, and I hope it's helpful, as always. So let's, real quick, thank our patrons. They're amazing. Thank you guys so much for everything. And if you guys want to support the channel for free, all you gotta do is hit that thumbs up button, like, subscribe, comment, mount the algorithm, or you're to blame. All right, guys, let's get into the counters here. So we've got Leia versus the new Ahsoka, and this is actually a loss. We're gonna speed it up because I don't think I'm gonna play it that much better than you guys could anyways. Like, I don't know if my play is something you want to watch. One thing I want to point out though is my opponent is we one-shot Sabine there. I probably should have said that in my intro, huh? We one-shot Sabine. But one way or another, I don't, my guys are only relic 8. I guess Leia's relic 9, but they're all relic 9 here. They're all really well modded. It's against a person in a very high-end territory war guild where they're going to have extremely good modding, and I don't have the best modding. I don't have I think R2D2 at relic 9 would have actually changed this fight, but I do want to just point out how first off, resilient R2D2 is, and Drogon can do that. If he does a basic on turn 1, he can just one-shot Sabine. It's really cool if you have enough offense loaded on him, which apparently I did. But then I focused down Ezra. Is that the right move, or should have gone for Fulcrum? I'm not sure. I think we should have gone for Ezra, frankly, but we just eventually time out, which is why it's on 300 speed, right? 300x speed. We just gotta... 300% speed, I guess I should say. And at some point, maybe they could have killed R2D2 if they had gotten better RNG. I really don't know. They just kept targeting, alternating between R2D2 and Leia. But you can see, I'd pretty much given up hope. I hit auto after a while, just targeting Ezra. And eventually R2D2 did kill Ezra. And then in a minute, we're going to hit a freeze frame, which I want to highlight. This is why I think we would have won this if R2D2 was a little better. Yeah, see, look at that. 400,000 damage from R2. And it just wasn't quite enough. That was all on her health. She has more than 400,000 health because she's relic 9. And so how do you clean up Fulcrum? Or Fulcrum. I keep calling her that, guys. She looks like Fulcrum because she is that person. I had to use Bo-Katan, which is pretty expensive, if we're being the most honest here. It's very expensive, but what's a man to do? Sometimes you just got to do it. So, yeah, she does it. Now, this is against Supreme Leader Kylo and Pointy Teeth Rey, PTR, and they don't have crew on the... I don't think crew actually makes any difference here. You can't target Rey until... everyone on your turn takes a turn, which is kind of an argument against Sith Empire Trooper. And remember, guys, all the things that I'm showing you are not necessarily like 100% amazing effective every single time. They'll work. They obviously work because I'm showing you the things that work. But look at that. We actually killed Pointy Teeth Rey and Kylo earlier than everyone else. So okay, here's one that you really want to look at here, folks. So this has been the new hotness, right? Zaalbar with Mission and Darth Revan. Mission sacrifices herself immediately. And but she gives her stats to Darth Revan and the Wookiee. Now, that's still not enough to kill your stupid frogs, right? Your frogs just refuse to die because they're stupid frogs. But... they target the shield generator, and look at how close they get. And most people are reporting a much easier fight than the one that I'm showing you guys here. The shield generator got real close to dead, but I think against a Relic 9 opponent, which he had all Relic 9s here, that was still a pretty good result, obviously 57. So, okay, so this is Smugglers with the Qi'ra cron, so she's buffing them a ton. Look how she has buff immunity right now. And they have 100% evasion, right? So getting getting them debuffed, of course, is a way to it's a way to if I'm debating how to kill Dash here, it's a way to get rid of their evasion. So I don't know if that was the right way, because then that got rid of Qi'ra's debuffs, which you have to have a debuff on them. But I'd been theorizing that Jedi Revan was a great character to be using here in this situation, because he can mark, and when he marks someone, that's a debuff, and therefore takes away their evasion. So you can see how we can kind of cycle through it. And I don't have the Jedi Cal cron equipped right here, guys. He doesn't have the mercenary cron. I mean, it would have been probably a little better if we had it. At this point, we can just auto kill L3, but I think we could have done it anyways with the mark eventually. Now, this is another one, a Sana team. Remember, her big thing, this is the benefits smugglers, and so she's the only smuggler on this team, but she also benefits rebels quite a bit, and she really likes Stormtrooper Han. She's a big Stormtrooper Han fan, and the way this works is every time Sana gains bonus turn meter, Rolo then all our team members get 25% extra offense for 3 turns. So it super boosts the offense from these other characters, including Rolo. Even though this Rolo is only Relic 5, you'll see the idea here is we're using Dark Trooper Moff Gideon and other Moff Gideon. Moff Gideon has the debuff applied, so it not only takes their offense, cuts it in half, but it also gives a debuff so that we can hit smugglers. So of course, once he dies, that goes away, which you guys will see. It's super fun. But remember, when you hit Stormtrooper Han, while he's taunting, while he's got his special taunt going, then he gives turn meter to everyone, and that includes Sana. So we're passively just giving her a ton of offense, and I know we can dispel eventually, but you can see Moff Gideon did die, like, pretty early on, and this is only a Relic 5 Rolo, but she still just she killed Moff Gideon a couple times, and so, Stormtrooper Han doesn't do that much damage. He does do some weird variable damage. Sometimes he spikes kind of high, but he's not much to worry about. I was actually pretty impressed by this team. This was a pretty clever team for them to use. Rolo does do a lot of damage, and she really likes hanging out with Sana, even still. I know that there was a bug a while ago that it kind of got, they got zapped after Sana was just too effective with Rolo, but now, I mean, it's kind of back with the Sonacron. So something to keep in mind, folks. This might be a good defensive team to set, actually, if you have the Sonacron. I did get a 57, so obviously we were going to win that every single time. Never a doubt. Now, now this is, he did a weird Chrysanthemum team, and I think I actually showed that in a little bit, and it's not... If I'm just being the most honest here, guys, it's not the very best team with Gamorrean Guard. It does have the Gamorrean Guard cron, so it makes him stronger and stuff. But if you're using Lord Vader, I mean, I should have tried to use Night Sisters. I had already failed a couple times in my match, and I really couldn't afford to fail anymore if I wanted to win. So I decided to try this. I haven't done Lord Vader versus Jabba for a long time. I do think this works against most Jabba teams, because remember, you have Thrawn here who can go and just, he can punch out and fracture, more importantly, the Chrysanthemum regardless, and then you can target Boushh and take her out with Maul pretty early on, in theory at least. So yeah, I'm just trying to, I didn't want to kill Gamorrean Guard yet because I didn't want him to revive. He had the tank revive cron. And I wanted to kill Gamorrean Guard during Lord Vader's ult, but it didn't quite pan out, unfortunately. So we had to kill the piggy again. So about to kill him, pop our ult a second time with all of our guys alive. I mean, gaining that level of mastery is really nice, and then we're slowing down the hut with Fracture. Obviously, you still get some turns, but, we can ramp, and... I could have hit auto. I don't like auto with Maul, though. Maul is just the dumbest with auto. And we had enough time. I got 57. Pretty nice counter there, honestly. Okay, as always, we got to show some kind of Rey counter. People putting Rey with Jedi Cal. That's what I ended up doing, actually, after a lot of reflection and and self-doubt, all that stuff. I decided to put Cal there, and I actually got a hold against this opponent. Cal just makes this a lot tougher to deal with because they have all of these. They have just a lot going on here with all the stacks of protection up and making Rey super health heavy. It just makes it tough to punch through her, and especially if they have the Datacron that gets rid of debuffs after a while. It can really get dicey. So anyways, we eventually got Rey out, yay for us, but this can be a really tough a tough team to counter. And actually I think killing Cal early is probably a better move. Now we're gonna use Traya versus Quadme here, and this is something that we got to get used to because Bane is needed. You'll see later, guys. Well, you already saw we used Bane to kill Pointy Teeth Rey. We used Bane. We'll use Bane again. Like I'll show you. My alt account fought a really huge account as well, so I can show you, a few different counters using Bane in this video. And the idea being, we need something else that counters Queen Amidala, because there's not much that counters Queen Amidala, and they did kill Traya here, guys. Relic 9 Traya just destroyed. So sometimes if it's kind of going really well, then you can just kill Padawan Obi. But what I decided there was I might just die now because they killed Traya, because Traya and her Omicron just kind of protect Nihilus and everything. Nothing's guaranteed, right? So I decided, okay, let's make it so that we can at least clean up. So I killed Queen Amidala. If things are going nicely though, you can just take out Padawan Obi instead, and it gets really easy there after that as well. Killing Queen Amidala is also nice because then she can't summon her defender at all. But one way or another, I mean, this is kind of a messy fight, but again, my opponent has really good relics, really good everything. We're now in the top 200, something like that, and so my opponents just tend to be really good. Now, okay, here's a good caveat here, guys. So the Saw team, if you need the 25% turn meter Datacron, okay, from the last set, for this Troopers team to work, and you need a pretty fast Piet, probably. I mean, hopefully you get both. You could have a Piet Datacron as well, but the idea being you have to be faster than their Kyle Katarn, and then Luthen also adds some speed to Kyle Katarn as well. So you need that percentage to be higher, like faster than Kyle Katarn. Now, if they don't have Kyle Katarn but they add Captain Rex, probably not gonna work because they'll be able to just get a turn with Captain Rex anyways, because he's faster than Kyle a lot of times, or he gets turns easier. So but if it's that comp, yeah, you could just use Troopers on it. Okay, so this is me. This isn't a good team on defense, I don't think. They're using the Hutt Cartel cron. I mean, it's cool, like the mob enforcer. The Kersantin leadership is not great. Now, the thing I want to point out here, folks, is we're using the Sonicron, and of course that means every time you gain turn meter on her, then she hands more offense to other people on her team. And so we only have 6 Whistling Birds here, but remember, every time you do an instance of damage under Beskar Mando's leadership, then you gain a small amount of turn meter for everyone on the team, including Sana. So she's going to give them all plus 150 damage, or plus 150% offense just for this, making your Hondo just go absolutely nuts as well. So everyone's going to be hitting harder. Hopefully we don't kill Kersantin before Hondo gets his stacks. Looks like he just barely got him in time. And I mean, this wasn't a great team anyways. We probably beat it, but it's just a cool showcase of using that team. Now, this is on my alternate account, and this is before I don't have Pointy Teeth Rey, and this is still a pretty solid counter to Leia, because look, they did the log roll, and it did enough damage that it gave us a 3rd stack of Beskar ingots on on armor, which then she could then get, she gets a turn, she hands those 3 stacks to Kylo, and that makes it so that he can't be crit, and he counters every time. It makes him not, I wouldn't say he's like immortal or invulnerable or whatever, but like without being able to be crit, and he gets to restore his, like it gives him extra health percentage on one of the levels of Beskar ingots. It also lets him recover his protection every time he takes a turn, and like it just makes him really strong against this Leia team. And so whereas it's inevitable that Kylo is going to die eventually here, right? Like he's gonna die. Unfortunate to the extreme, but well, Kylo's not gonna die. I apologize. The ads are gonna die. We're gonna get terrible banners. Kylo can kind of just solo this team, at least in 3s. He can do a pretty good job. So, you know, just trying to you do the AOE there just so that you're gaining, you're boosting your own stats, even though you didn't do any damage to Leia. But while you're in your ultimate, you just want to do the AOE the whole time, so that you're just doing more damage. And see, every time they hit him, he hits him back, which gets his ult faster. Not the best banners, but we still got through. Okay, so Grand Inquisitor guy, or just the Inquisition team on defense. This is another use for Traya. And this was kind of foolish of me. I should have found a different team to use here, because I needed Traya for a Queen Amidala team in the back that I couldn't, and I ended up not being able to clear because this is one of the few teams that beats Queen Amidala. But on the other hand, I did want to just showcase, like, this is a fairly easy fight for Traya, even though we have Deathmark on us, and Traya is really low relics. Like, these guys that we're facing are like relic 7 or 8 each. Traya is relic 4, Savage is relic 3, or maybe Traya's 5, I forget. I have a 3, 4, and 5 on this team. I forget which order they are. I know Savage is relic 3, but one way or another, even with Deathmark, they just can't really kill us that easily. So anyways, get 57, pretty good. Now here's an interesting one. My Bossk, folks, is relic 5, okay? This is on my alt, and he's modded okay, but this is against a full relic 7 Enoch team. And this is such a weird fight because, I mean, so we're in Qi'ra 2 or Qi'ra 3, and actually after I won this match, which I did, for those of you who were watching live, which was on YouTube actually, I did end up winning this match. Now I'm in Qi'ra 2 on this account, so you know, 10 million GP with like 3 functional Galactic Legends against people who have you know, 8 or 9. I think tonight I'm facing someone with 9, so tune in tonight, folks. It starts somewhere around 10 p.m. Eastern time, which is kind of late, but it's what I can make it work. So anyways, I just have to have Bossk survive, which of course with Night Trooper ramping his damage because of his stacks, it can get a little sketchy after a while, but you're gonna kill Death Trooper Pridia because he can do a lot of damage. Like, he does the best burst damage, and then Night Trooper eventually ramps to do pretty well, but you hopefully have time after that. Like, once Death Trooper Pridia has been shot right in his Peridia head, you can take out Night Trooper over time. Like, you can get another, you can kill him before he ramps to enough to destroy you. We got kind of close here. I mean, relic 5 Bossk is not the same as relic 9. Like, my alt or my main account would have been fine here, I think, with relic 9, but okay, here's the other use for Darth Bane here, folks. See, I promised, and then I totally delivered. Baylan Skull, easy enough, man. Yeah, this is actually really funny because the whole time I was talking during my stream, like, dude, I really hope Sith Empire Trooper survives. They always fake me out, but look at this, he's gonna survive, yes! And then we kill Baylan, and then he revives, and the stupid Sith Empire Trooper keeled over, and then we killed him again, and it was just so sad. All right, folks, this is the final one, and this is more of just you should keep Gungans for offense, okay? Because look at this. Really, this is a crap Mothma team, guys. It's not just that the composition is crap. It is crap. Like Cassian, really, but you know, and Captain Rex. Those are the two. Those aren't the two you should choose. But for this, anyways. But Mothma doesn't have the Zeta that stops people from hitting her. Like, watch every once in a while they go and hit her, and then I think Captain Rex is like relic 3, and my Cassian, I mean, he's relic 8 because I have Profundity unlocked. But I mean, this isn't a good Mothma comp, guys. They're not well modded. They're not good, and yet, look at how like we just stay alive for a long time, and eventually just you know. Like they have their little taunt from Jar Jar in the form of Deathmark. They have the actual taunt from what's his name, the shield dude, and eventually you kill the shield generator anyways, despite not being able to assist everyone because of that frustration debuff the Mothma hands out. And I mean, in 5s I can understand the appeal of this team on defense. I just don't think in 3s, unless Gungans have a good something, that unless they have a good Datacron that really like addresses some of their weaknesses, this just doesn't really work. So anyways, that's it, folks. I hope you have a good time deleting your opponents in 3v3 for the rest of the season. I hope this helped. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe, all those things on this channel, and come watch me live tonight, guys. We're doing a giveaway tonight. We're giving away booster packs for Wrecker. So I'll see you guys tonight. Thank you all so much for watching, and remember that in all things, Xerath prevails. Take care, folks.